get any comments from me or members of this committee or hints from members of this committee. You are wasting your time trying, and it wouldn't be fair to anyone involved in this process.
This comes from Jay Barnes, the head of the House Committee investigating Governor Greitens. Barnes made the statement to a room full of reporters at the committee's first meeting tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reed.
I'm Emily Spain. The committee has 40 days to complete its investigation into blackmail allegations and decide whether the impeachment process against Governor Greitens should continue. KOMU8's Ali Walenta is in the studio to tell us why today's first meeting was a little different than expected. Ali.
The meeting lasted only 2 minutes, and the only two things discussed were rules to keep the media from speaking to committee members and a vote to make tomorrow's meeting closed to the public. At that meeting, the committee is expected to create a timeline it will follow throughout the next 40 days. Members are also expected to talk about what outside help the committee will hire and what witnesses or documents are needed. The investigation comes after a St. Louis grand jury Greitens on a felony invasion of privacy. The charges related to an affair he had with a woman in 2015. Greitens is accused of taking an explicit photo of her without consent. Tomorrow's closed meeting will be held at the Jefferson City Police Department at 8:30 a.m. And no, they would not answer why committee members are meeting there instead of the Capitol. In the studio, Ali Walenta, KOMU8 News.
Family and friends remembered a 31-year-old Fulton man tonight who died in a hit and run over the weekend. We've learned Dustin Anderson spent most of his time volunteering at the city's soup kitchen. KOMU8's Pat Mueller spoke with Anderson's family tonight. Pat?
About 40 people gathered tonight at Fulton's Soup Kitchen to remember their brother, friend, and son. Other volunteers from the kitchen and his family released balloons outside in his honor. For the past 3 years, he was at the kitchen 5 times a week. Anderson died this weekend walking on Highway 54 when a car hit and killed him. The person who hit him drove off. Both of his brothers say Dustin was big-hearted and would lend a helping hand to anyone. His mother says he always loved the snow, so it was fitting that it fell today as his balloons rose.
And then when we was talking about it, it just started snowing really, really bad today. And I know he's out there.
Fulton Police and Missouri Highway Patrol are investigating the hit and run. They still don't have a suspect. And the family told me tonight that they want the suspect to come forward so that way that they could get some closure. In the newsroom, Pat Mueller, KOMU8 News.
Imagine being a kid waking up late for school. You've missed your bus and you're unsure how to make it to school. Senate Bill 838 would offer a new option. It would allow kids in grades 9 through 12 to take city buses to get to school and other activities. Supporters say it is a solution to challenging transportation issues. Critics warn of possible safety concerns.
Parents entrust their children to us personally every day, and they rely on us. And I don't think that the public bus driver is going to, and there's nothing wrong with a public bus driver, but I don't think that they're meant for this.
The school district and the city have identified this as a way that they can partner together and provide transportation in a cost-effective manner. And so I think at the end of the day it has benefits for all parties involved.
Under the bill, public transit would have monitors and a separate section for students.
Voters on Missouri's lake may see new water regulations thanks to a bill that passed in a House committee earlier today. It focuses in part on boats being equipped with a personal flotation device for each person on board. Some believe it will cut down on personal injuries and property damage, but a local developer says new laws aren't needed and existing measures just need to be enforced.
They're just, they're looking all over and watching where they're going. I don't know how many accidents I've seen or almost seen that people were just weren't even paying attention to what they were doing, especially on the personal watercraft.
If it passes, the measure would give residents on the lake the chance to petition for no-wake zones.
Here's what's happening right now. Blaine Thomas, a candidate for the University of Missouri Student Government presidency, withdrew his candidacy tonight. This comes after old tweets from Thomas resurfaced. Some of those tweets included homophobic and racially insensitive comments. Thomas wasn't the only candidate who had offensive tweets uncovered. KCOU reporter Brett Stover reposted tweets from 2 other candidates who used comments that were racist or sexist or otherwise derogatory. A professor says many underestimate the power of a tweet.
It's
Really important to remember that when you're putting something out on social media, if it's Twitter, if it's Facebook, Instagram, you're publishing it to the internet. You may not necessarily think so, but when you do that, you are creating an online archive that's going to live on forever.
Former MSA President Sean Earle says it's truly disappointing to see potential leaders of our student body have a history of insensitive and racist comments. He said he hopes MSA leadership will hold them accountable, but an MSA leader says as of right now the election will go forward because the tweets were sent before the election began. MSA temporarily suspended the campaign for today, but it will resume tomorrow without Blaine Thomas.
Well, it was a cold, blustery day out there today. Even saw that snow come down. Let's send it over to John to see if we're going to see any more of that this week. Hey, John.
Hey, absolutely. We are still seeing some snowflakes fall just to our east here, anywhere from Mexico down to just south of Jefferson City, even Owensville, seeing potentially some flakes at the moment. Temperatures, though, right now, we're still above freezing, and our ground temperatures are well above freezing. 34 degrees here in Columbia, 34 in Jefferson City, 33 up in Mexico. But also, we're concerned about our winds. We're sustained at 16 miles per hour here in Columbia right now, and that's really a region-wide thing right now, as is our wind gusts, gusting up to 26 miles per hour at times, and really that's just going to add to our wind chill factor. As we look and see what it feels like outside right now, feels like we're down in the lower 20s. 24 degrees here is what it feels like in Columbia, 18 all the way out in Odessa, so some places are really starting to feel that wind chill, but by the time we head into the early morning hours, we actually are dipping down into the upper 20s, and we see a return back to the upper 30s by tomorrow afternoon.
All right, thank you very much. Another top official from the Trump administration gone. We've got the president's reaction.
And potential progress between North and South Korea, that's later.